For a while during the pandemic, it felt like the whole world was working remotely. Now, as we drift back to the office and we embrace hybrid work models, we need permanent solutions to support remote workers, not just the short-term band-aids we had in 2020. Luisa Sanchez is our service desk manager in the US. So Luisa, talk to us a little bit about the idea of remote support for remote workers. What's that all about?
Well, essentially, Dennis, it's remote support agents who are supporting remote employees.
Awesome. So who does it apply for? What kind of organizations need this remote support concept?
Well, it applies to people who are working remotely. And these people that work remote are using a combination of different devices. You have laptops, tablets, corporate devices, and some BYO devices as well.
Okay, so they need support for all their devices, regardless of where they work and regardless of who owns the device.
Correct.
And why is it so necessary now to have this remote support capability?
Well, people right now that are working remotely don't have that option to walk up to their IT internal support team.
Like they had before the pandemic.
Correct. They need assistance and they need it promptly.
Exactly. And talk to me more about that. So when remote workers need support, they need it now, right?
Right, because some of the issues that they may have may become magnified. And so you want to make sure that these employees are feeling supported. You don't want to have that mentality of out of sight, out of mind. Makes them feel undervalued.
Exactly, which can easily happen when someone's working remotely for a long period of time. They're not seeing the people in the office, they're not interacting with people in headquarters. Right. Then they have a technical issue.
Yeah, it can get difficult.
It can get very difficult.
And people tend to get frustrated sometimes if they don't have that support right when they need it.
Yeah, and if they try and call the help desk and they don't get a response, or they log a ticket and don't get it resolved.
You know, you have a lot of downtime there as well, so a lot of waiting around for someone to help them.
So tell me, what does a good remote support capability look like then? What are the components?
First thing is promptness. We have SLAs that require us to answer a phone call within 60 seconds of receiving it.
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
That's awesome.
Secondly, we have integrated remote tools that allow us to remote in quickly and help a user with any issues that they may have. Third thing is we have a dedicated support app which allows the user to create a ticket. It auto-populates their name, their email, and it keeps them up to date with the status of their ticket.
Great. And they can call you from that app as well?
Yes, it's a one-touch. They don't have to memorize any phone numbers. They can just call us, and they'll have someone answer their call, or they can request a call back.
That's awesome. So a remote worker can call you, one tap, raise a ticket that auto-populates, or you've got remote access tools. So tell me a little bit more about the remote support tools and capabilities you're using. What's working for you these days?
Sure. Right now we're using the app Quick Assist.
Okay.
And it's a tool that's already integrated within their machine. So they don't have to worry about, like in the past, they used TeamViewer, they had to download it.
A third-party agent.
Learn how to use it. This is a quick tool that's already within their laptop.
Embedded on the Windows operating system.
Correct.
Fantastic. So what are the benefits once you get this kind of remote support capability stood up? What are the benefits to the organizations you're supporting?
Well, I mean, the organizations end up having a more productive team, and you have these companies that have remote workers that feel like they're being valued and supported. Yeah.
Can you give me an example of any organization where you're providing this remote support to their remote workforce?
Sure. Right now we're supporting the Trust Company of Tennessee, and they have employees located throughout the whole country.
Different states.
Different states. So we have remote workers that are essentially working for remote employees.
That's great. Why doesn't every organization embrace this kind of remote support model?
Well, it's a big shift. Most companies probably have more of a traditional on-site internal IT team that need to support servers or telephony. They haven't really fully embraced the whole cloud concept yet.
Okay, so it's kind of that inertia going from legacy on-premise IT infrastructure and on-site support to cloud infrastructure, remote support. As you said, it's a big shift. It's going to take time. What does it cost to set up this kind of remote support capability?
Well, it varies with the company, depending on its size. It's a core managed service that we do here at Mobile Mentor. So
it's part of our service.
Yes.
So is this remote support capability a must-have or a nice-to-have?
I would say it's a must-have in today's job market. Employees will jump ship if they don't feel valued by their company.
That's such an important point. We're seeing so many companies are losing great staff and struggling to hire staff. And I guess to your point, taking care of people, giving them great support, making them feel like they're valued and they're important and they're getting really good support regardless of where they work. That's going to become, I guess, a deciding factor.
Yes, with many people in today's job market.
That's awesome. That's a killer insight. Killer insight. So where does remote support fit into the overall concept of modern management?
Well, right now we are able to support employees that are working essentially in hybrid models. For instance, on my team, I have people who work 3 days in the office and 2 days from home, and they're using multiple devices. So my team can actually empathize with a remote worker who can't easily access their technical support.
Okay, so your team gets it and can support customers in a way that legacy IT support might not get it.
Indeed.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.